This is DJI Mavic Air 2. The first one, not the Air 2S. Okay. I have not flown this in a long time, and there used to be, when you flew in auto mode for whatever reason, an EV lock. So this EV right here at the bottom, you used to be able to change kind of the exposure. There was a padlock there. The padlock would be white and unlocked until you clicked it or tapped it and held it for a sec. Then it would turn yellow and it'd be locked. It was pretty convenient, especially if you didn't have an ND filter and you flew it up there in auto and you got it set pretty much where you wanted. Then you just lock it in, you'd fly over your target and you'd be good. Anyway, so the padlock is gone, that's a fact. This is how you do it now. You tap, one quick tap. See that, those brackets? Tap, you see the brackets. Tap twice, bracket hold. Tap twice, bracket holds. Tap twice and then tap and hold. Now your exposure's locked. Let's put it at 0. Okay, we're in auto. It's going to set itself. Now we're going to lock it while we were looking at the darkness. I'm going to go up here. We're a little blown out. We can even, let's go look at this computer screen. Now I'm going to unlock it and put it back on auto. See how it changed? So anybody who knows how to use the auto lock knows exactly what I'm talking about. The other way to do it is to set up your function. Go in control. You got your function button is over here on the if you look at the remote there, there's a yellow highlighted button. That's your function button. I set mine to tap once is auto lock. Tap twice, recenter the gimbal. But you still don't know if it's locked or not until you tap the screen. So tap that. That recenters my gimbal. Tap it once. That's supposed to change it. Now it's locked. Tap it once. Now it's unlocked. That's how you do it. And there were some other changes to the return to home. Quickly, since my last update, I may have missed a couple. Optimize return to home if aircraft is at a distance between 5 and 50 meters from the home point. When return to home is initiated, the aircraft adjusts its orientation and flies to home at the current altitude. And that's all it says about that. That could mean, I'm not sure, because the other day when I tried it and I was completely taken off because I didn't know about this, I hit return to home and it wanted to land. I was probably 100 meters away, I think. Maybe I was less than 50. I don't know. To me, it seemed like more than 50 meters. But anyway, even if I'm at 50 meters, it shouldn't land. So there must be some kind of low threshold altitude. I was only probably about 20 feet off the ground. I was filming this mess that I went through to find my crocodile baby. And I learned both of these things the hard way while I was in the field, because I hadn't been keeping up with what's going on with DJI and their Mavics. I barely flew the Mavic this year, a couple times. this latest update, I think the last time I flew over a town, and I skipped the update. Sometimes it's better to skip the updates, but they make it seem like if you don't update, you can't fly, but you can, usually. Mine just wanted to land, so maybe if your drone is too low, I don't know what the threshold is, but I mean, when it says 5 to 50 meters from the home point when return to home is initiated, I don't know if that means by me pushing the button or if it fails safes because the controller loses connection. But if it fails safes because the controller loses connection, that could be bad if it's landing instead of flying home. I would rather it just go to the preset altitude that I have set in there and get up there and give me some signal back. Because if you lose connection controller and it just says okay, we're landing, and you're over a river or a lake or a pond or a who knows what, an alligator pit, a shark infested feeding frenzy, you don't want that thing going in the water, period. You don't want to go in the water, period, because DJI will not help you with that. You have to get the drone back. Even if you have Care Refresh, you have to have the drone. So if it goes in 100 feet of water and you can't find it, you're not getting it. But even if it's their fault, and they will never claim responsibility if something's their fault, ever. So let's just, I'll stay on top of this. I think later today I'm going to go out for a fly on this and kind of put some of these things to the test, because I haven't flown it much, and I'm going to this fall when the colors change. I like to take a lot of photos. I mean, Missouri is a forest area. The whole state is green with trees. It's not the best filming because everything's trees, but when the colors change, you start to get a lot of contrast and stuff like that. So it's a lot better. I had to do some research to find out how to get the AV to lock, and that's how you do it. It's not gone. It's just 10 times more the pain in the ass than it was. So, whoops, I forgot. These are my settings here, are my firmwares. These are the latest firmwares for for everything, app version, everything. So if you have this, if you just got one of these, you are going to have probably these updates. There are ways to roll back firmwares, but it's a pain. You got to go into and do some fancy computer tricks to find the rollbacks. Yeah, that's it. All right, happy flying.